and let's see how you guys take that into consideration. So thank you so much again for listening to me on this Friday evening before Diwali, and a very, very, very happy Diwali to you all. So I tried creating a solution basically, because that is what is exactly what people want in the market these days, right? Solution for everything. So I thought of creating or coming up with a solution which will solve or hit many birds with the same stone. I genuinely feel like talking in Hindi or maybe a English, but I'm not sure what the audiences want, and I can't ask you on this platform, so I would probably keep it in English or maybe sometimes English. So yeah, the product is all about, like you would have seen on the banner also, it's a new cloud SaaS in the market this Diwali. We tried to work very, very hard around this, trying to understand the market ways of it, trying to understand the scope of it, trying to understand if it even fits, and how the customers will use and stuff like that. And you know how it goes on with every solution or product, that every time there is a deployment in place, it the deployment keeps on happening until the end of things, and you just keep on revising and revising. I was supposed to do this session with you in some media or the other a little earlier, but it happened a little later. So why is it a cloud SaaS? And probably it's going to sound a little sarcastic to a few of you, but I would take that as a compliment. So it is straight from the cloud, because even, you know, the gods, goddesses themselves are going to sing songs about and praises really of this SaaS in the market. This SaaS is also created with one intention to, you know, save our software engineers. So if you understand, software engineers are becoming rare and rare as days are going by, because most of the software engineers are either becoming evangelists or technologists or something of the sort. So we need to really save our software engineers who are really doing the groundwork for all of us creating and implementing such amazing solutions. So it was also from one of the motives or perspective of saving solutions, sorry, software engineers from, you know, becoming rare and an endangered species. And it is Diwali, and most of us that I see on the call are from India. So, you know, a classic thing that happens where if you are working from home for a while now, most of our family members think we are not even doing a legit job. And even before pandemic, families would expect us to, you know, go about doing the cleaning of Diwali and stuff like that. So this is basically a product or a solution around solving those problems, because rather than hiring or having or using a software engineer as a service, software engineer that might be working at a Fang, Mang, Tang, I don't know how many things are there out in the market, but wherever, whoever is working somewhere, MNC, bank, whatever, or a startup, rather than burning the man hours for those companies and businesses, you can actually outsource the Diwali cleaning to your house help or people who really need that job. Because since the past 2 years, a lot of people have been, you know, facing these problems of finance, not just us, but even the lower middle class or the lower class of the family, I would say. Because if we think about India as one big family, we all have been fighting the pandemic for the past 2 years now in some way or the other. So rather than bargaining with that strata of the society on not giving them a Diwali bonus or not paying them for a Diwali Saaf Safai, as we call it in India, or as we all probably call it in our houses, it's better that you outsource that cleaning and you know, Diwali safai responsibility to people who can take care of such things, and pay them rather than using the software engineers in different companies as a help. So this SaaS is basically what I was wanting to talk about, which is, like I said, straight from the cloud. Because if you do things right, even the gods and goddesses sitting in the cloud are going to give you a lot of blessings, is what I feel. And this was exactly my sarcastic take that I wanted to take on this subject, where we see how getting into different zone of working professionals, a lot many in the market, in the SaaS market, in the cloud market, in the corporate market, forget about other human beings. I would in fact urge you to, start bargaining at the places where you should bargain. For instance, if you go to a mall, if you go to a high class restaurant or a hotel, because these guys are not ever going to give you a free dinner or a free lunch. They would probably sponsor it for a celebrity, but not for you. So rather than, paying all that bomb of money without even questioning them, why this tax, why this extra CGST, GST, etc., it's rather better to help the people who are actually working on ground for you at your house and trying to help you in some way or the other. And I have a very classic taste of calling this SaaS as in Mumbai specifically, we have these words or names very, very common, and very in not a very disrespectful way, in fact in a very respectful manner, where we have the Shanta Bais or the Saku Bais. So this is basically a Shanta Bai as a service is better than a software engineer as a service, where you end up saving man hours and your billing and your money and all those stuff, rather than bargaining with people who really need their money. In fact, I would like to add one more thing, especially since I'm a born and raised in Mumbai, and I've seen this trend with all the house help in Mumbai, that they never get affected by the amount of sweets or the amount of gifts you ever give to them. The only thing they care about is cash, and I think you would understand it. It's only because where they are coming from, which is why they care about that cash. And exactly that is how a startup operates. For them, cash flow is the king. So not necessarily we are supposed to take ideas and learnings from only people who are way above, with some class and some high society and standards, but we can learn from anyone, really. And in India, I see that India is mostly a country driven by many entrepreneurs. So if you see a small girl, we might look at them as beggars, and probably they are. But if they are trying to sell stuff, some stuff, by building a lantern or a diya or something, they are actually trying to create some resource and some way of living for themselves, by not depending on someone else. So it's only about what mindset you have and what way you look at for people and from people to derive your inspiration from. Whereas I know, and I've been on that side too. As employees, we get so happy when we receive a box of chocolate or a box of biscuit from our employers and go all mad about it. But like most of these Sakuvais and Shantavais feel that it's actually better to get that cash flow rather than burning it for some weird gifts, which probably you can show it as a cost to your company, and it really doesn't help your employees. I mean, there are various ways to show your employees your concern and love and everything. In fact, if I were having a company, I would have probably given 3, 4, or 5 days of leave on Diwali or some bonus around that time, because that is the time when Indians think about getting a bonus, right? That is one of the most auspicious times for all of us, despite religion, background, and everything. This is the most auspicious time for getting Lakshmi. So, yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about: the SaaS in the market, the cloud SaaS in the market, which not just me, but all of us have been seeing for very many years now. And we can make best utilization of it by adopting and implementing it. You don't need to have any company to do a fancy marketing on it. You don't need a fancy influencer to talk about it. We just need to be human to each other. And yeah, I hope this message of mine is not becoming too much of a message of, oh my god, what she is doing and what she has gotten into. But I genuinely felt like we all needed to talk about a couple of these things, and I am so happy that about 20 plus of you kept joining dropping, but you still are here with me and listening to me. It probably means to me that whatever I'm saying is not just blabbering and some senseless thing, but it is actually making sense to you all. So I wish all of you a very happy Diwali. You all have been a very staunch supporter of me since the past 2.5 years that I've been writing on LinkedIn. Every time I see a like from you all, every time I see a comment from you all on anything that I talk about, it really empowers me. It makes me feel so happy that I am also something and someone in this world. So it's not just me when I write. There are days when I write for all of you, and I feel very happy when you guys engage with me in some way or the other on the platform, and it makes me feel that I'm probably doing something right as a human on this planet. So once again, a very happy Diwali to all of you and your family. May you all be very blessed. Take care of your family and yourself in the form of health, wealth, and mental peace. Thank you so much.